Civil rights activists are speaking out tonight about new police body camera video showing the final moments of an Akron teenager's life. On Thanksgiving night, 15-year-old Jasmine Tucker was believed to be walking to his older brother's home when he was shot and killed by city police. Police say a couple officers heard gunshots. Then they encountered Tucker close by with a loaded gun. One of the officers shot him. After seeing the body camera footage, though, just released tonight, a local civil rights leader has a lot of questions.
What I did not see was a young man, a 15-year-old with a gun. How many times do people have to get shot like this for us to see that there's a culture in the police department?
We took the video to an expert for analysis, so we get to News 5's Kaylee Olivas in Akron for that perspective.
Thanksgiving night, Akron police shot a 15-year-old boy right here next to Miller South School. I'm Kaylee Olivas here in Akron, while police have just released body camera footage showing us that very shooting. There's still so much we can't hear or see. A cold and snowy Thursday night. Akron police say a pair of patrol officers were parked at East Avenue and Vernon Odom Boulevard when they heard gunshots nearby. Newly released body camera footage shows a 5-year veteran officer quickly running to the west field of Miller South School. There's zero audio in the first 30 seconds.
Well, what's interesting is the officer gets out of the cruiser, and it really isn't that much time after he gets out that he does fire his rifle at the suspect. And one of the things that we need to understand is when he got out and was starting to approach the suspect, and then when he fired, there has to be some very important visual of that officer.
But it's unclear from the video what this officer sees. What is evident is he shot Jasmine multiple times.
I did.
The alleged reason for shots fired?
Looks like the firearm was right hip.
But the footage shows a 6.5-minute delay with no visual of a gun during that time period.
Suspect, put your hands out to your side!
Do it now!
It's also filled with commands from police for Jasmine to show his hands. And with seemingly no movement, as noted by one officer talking to dispatch, a group of Akron police finally push forward to make physical contact with Jasmine.
That can be because they're non-compliant, or it can be because they have serious injuries. So the officers were trying to get compliant. I believe that if the subject was or able or did extend his hands, the officers would have immediately approached him.
When approached, aid does not look to be immediately rendered. Instead, Jasmine's pockets are sorted through. Akron's mayor saying, quote, "In hindsight, the amount of time that expired between the shooting and the initiation of physical aid to Jasmine is deeply troubling to me."
I'm not sure what it is. Done. No.
There was a firearm recovered at the scene, which at least tells us this subject probably could have been involved in the shots fired that the officers may have heard and or may have been reported through their dispatch service. So the other question comes up, did he fire the gun, saw the officers approaching, and did he hide the gun in his pocket? So once again, we're going to need more details from all the officers.
The city confirms 2 shell casings were recovered near Miller South School, and those will be tested to see if it matches the gun found in Jasmine's pocket.
We got to make it. Got a gun. Put it down.
The end of the body camera footage shows officers continuing to peel back Jasmine's jackets. While he's blurred, it's clear there are gunshot wounds to the left side of his person. He was taken to a nearby hospital, where he later died. The officer involved is on paid administrative leave as the State Bureau of Criminal Investigations looks into it.
The video just doesn't show all the facts. It shows parts of the facts.
The Akron police chief echoing that, saying in part, quote, "The independent investigation is in its early stages, and there is much we still don't know about what occurred." The NAACP Akron chapter president says from what she sees, though, the killing of Jasmine is nowhere near justifiable.
A 15-year-old or anyone is no match for a gun, especially if you don't see a gun in a possession. And based on what I saw in that video, I did not see a gun in the hands of that young person.
As for Jasmir's family, they're still processing his death, wondering how they're supposed to move forward without him.
Our family's just devastated, and we're just hoping for prayers, looking for prayers.
Well, the family of Jasmir Tucker, along with their attorneys, will hold a second press conference Friday morning at 11 here in Akron. Of course, we'll continue to follow through. For News 5, I'm Kaylee Olivas.